Kings A&E.
Lovely. Cheers, bye.
Adult trauma call, 8 minutes. Adult trauma call, 8 minutes.
I've got an unconscious gentleman he has severe traumatic brain injury.
Kings College Hospital, London.
I think something hurt.
One of the busiest A&E departments in the country.
They're a bit busy right now. Yeah, 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Kings is extreme, isn't it? Come on.
A place where love, life, and death unfold every single day.
Fall from a tree. It's probably absolutely trolleyed.
I'm very drunk.
I just keep thinking, how am I going to cope?
All the patients you're about to see were treated in one department, in just one 24-hour period.
Kevino! Everyone should walk through an emergency room at least once in their life, because it makes you realise what your priorities are. It's not the rush, rush, rush and the money, money, money. It's the people you love and the fact that 1 minute they might be there and 1 minute they might be gone.
Hello, recess.
Red phone trauma call, recess, ETA, 8 minutes.
Yeah. Red phone on recess, 8 minutes.
What's that mean? ETA, 8 minutes.
There's a resuscitation coming in. Red alert.
What's that mean?
Something very severe.
Shot, stabbed.
Don't know, it could be anything, couldn't it? Could be heart attack.
Pediatric trauma call, 8 minutes. Pediatric trauma call, 8 minutes.
I've one going to FSU, one going to CDU. I just need all hands on deck.
I guess the things that I find difficult to deal with, and I hope it's not a young child. And I think most of us find dealing with critically ill and injured young children a challenge.
Has that neurosurgery read?
Resus, hello.
Yes, hi, it's Chris Ace, the trauma consultant. Just to give you the heads up that there is a young 11-year-old being brought in by HIMS who's GCS 11 on scene, RTC 30 miles an hour. Lovely, thank you. Bye. No, not yet. 11 years old. The 11-year-old.
Just update. It's now face, chest, and tib fib injury.
Okay. Face, head, tib and fib. We have anaesthetics on site. We've alerted neurosurgeons, and we've got fluids drawn up. Okay, have you got your kit ready, John? You happy? Yep.
The number of staff called to a trauma depends on the severity of the injury.
Airway doctors, breathing doctor, C team. Okay, everyone knows the history, everyone's happy? Okay.
In this instance, 15 people are waiting to treat the young boy about to be brought in.
So you guys are going to be doing most of the talking to the child if there's any talking to be done. Sounds like they're coming.
An hour ago, 3 friends were racing home. One of them ran out between 2 cars and into the path of an oncoming van.
Okay, day 3, please. Good evening. Okay. Do you have a name for the child?
Kofi.
Kofi, okay.
Are you leaving?
I am, thank you. Hi, I'm Chris.
3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, listen up.
Okay, guys, this is Kofi. He's 11 years old. Approximately 1 hour ago, he was a pedestrian versus car, seen to be thrown approximately 20 feet against a wall with LOC. Injuries top to toe. He's got an obvious head injury, laceration over his forehead with underlying skull fracture, obvious facial injury with a lip laceration and avulsed teeth, a closed left tib fib fracture. He's got a tender right chest wall, His tummy is soft, his pelvis is symmetrical, long bones intact, stable en route. I guess he needs his airway secured and a CT of his head and body.
Yep. Lovely, thank you very much.
He's got a good femoral pulse, I can't feel a rate.
Can we get Max?
Fine, okay, I'll talk to them in a minute. Thank you very much. Maria, can you call Max Fax, please? Thank you. So, from primary survey, priorities, airway? John?
There are sort of loose pieces of teeth and bone in the upper airway with a cleaved upper lip. So basically, I'm not sure, it looked like there might be some teeth in the back of the throat.
Okay, John, are we going to protect the airway? If there's loose tissue there or teeth, can we save it, please? Have we got a sterile pot in case there's loose teeth, please? Yeah.
Hello? Hi, got some bad news for you, man. Got some bad news for you. Yeah, Kofi got knocked over today. It's not in a good way. But I say he's not in a good way physically. So, yeah, he's got broken leg, broken arm, head wound. They're going to check it now to make sure that he hasn't fractured his skull. Yeah. Yeah. When Kofi was born, he was my first boy, and to look down and see I have a son, you know, was amazing. And I always remember the first thing that I did with him, as I took him, and I held him up in the air and just said, I counted his toes, I counted his fingers, and looked over him, and then I just held him up in the air, and I said, "Thank you, God."
Kofi, this is important. I want you to open your eyes for me. Kofi, listen to me, Kofi. Kofi, open your eyes.
Anyone got a pen torch?
Kofi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Kofi, this is really important. Come on, good lad. Squeeze my fingers. Can you squeeze my fingers here? Kofi, squeeze my fingers.
Actively doing so?
Squeeze my fingers in your left hand. Can you squeeze my fingers? Kofi.
So not responding verbally. Okay?
It's always difficult to put your own emotions aside. If it was my daughter lying there, I would know how I feel. And being a parent, being a human being, you can't help but empathise.
Okay, so what do we think?
Okay.
He's got a left wing.
Yeah, okay. So he's responding to pain. So he's
All right, Kofi, good.
he's localising to.
Kofi.
I'd like to say it gets easier with age, but I don't think it does. You're trying to comfort the child who may be distressed and in pain, but most of all you're trying to make sure that the team you've got there is doing the right thing at the right time, in the right sequence.
I've got an 11-year-old boy who I spoke to your colleague about. He's about to be tubed, and we would like a CT head to toe, including C-spine, chest, pelvis. I'm sorry, it's so noisy here. Are you ready to go now?
How far from going to CT are you?
Okay, we're on hold waiting for radiology to phone back.
Sometimes you know the chances are slim, but I think with a child you never give up.
Okay, they're all ready to go.
They just brought him back from the CT scans.
11-year-old Kofi has been severely injured in a road accident.
Because basically the car hit him and knocked him into a railing. So the damage has really come from the railing more than the car.
He's got a right-sided frontal 7 to 8 millimetre subdural hematoma with no swelling, no hydrocephalus and no midline shift, so it's stable injury.
I was supposed to be going to church that night. This Wednesday night, I go to church on Wednesdays. For some reason, something just came over me not to go to church. And then my daughter phoned me and told me what happened. She was screaming down the phone, "Daddy, can you come quickly? Daddy, can you come quickly?" And I panicked. I was really panicking, Because of how she sounded, I thought the worst. Immediately thought the worst, that, I don't even want to say it, I just thought the worst,
He's got air, but it's nasty.
That's not a nice place to have a fracture.
It's gone right through here. All the way through, that's nasty. I don't know whether I'm going to talk to the parents now, but he's quite seriously unwell. Right, we've just had the CT scan result back. We've only got some of it back at the moment because there's a lot of images to look at. We've now got the neurosurgeon who's just coming to see him, and we've also got the maxillofacial surgeon who's there as well. But he certainly has a fracture of his skull and of the face. And there is signs of some brain injury as well. So there is blood around the brain, on the top of the brain. Now, I'm sure there'll be lots of questions and things that you're thinking about, but just give us a little bit of time to get all the image reporting back, and then we'll come and tell you a little bit more about what's going on.
Okay.
Okay? I've spoken to the relatives, so the father is aware. I haven't been graphic in how nasty the injury, but it is. The fracture goes right from the frontal sinus all the way down to the base of the skull to the clivus, with an extradural as well. There's lots of intracranial air. It's a horrible injury. The facial injury is bleeding. He's got a pH of 7.2. His HB is 9. He's going to need blood next. So could you speak to the lab about getting some cross-matched blood? Okay. Right.
Kofi's head injury is now the main concern. Once they've stabilised him, he may need brain surgery.
He's going to go to paediatric intensive care. Okay. Spoken to Dad, I've told him a lot of the detail, but he's aware grossly of the injuries, but I haven't told him graphic detail. It's potentially a lethal injury. It's not a nice injury. At the moment he's quite stable, but it's potentially a nasty head injury. Life-changing, if not fatal. Yeah, it's life-threatening. Yeah.
What I felt was it should have happened to me, not him. I was thinking, did this happen to him because of something I did in my life or to someone, It did, I went through probably every emotion that you could go through. I was just thinking, my son, a hurt went through me. I felt hurt in places I didn't know hurt.
Are you the plastic surgeon?
No. No. This is the senior doctor in the A&E, and he's got experience with faces as well.
My name is Nadine, and I'm 16 years of age. I'm a hairdresser. I style, cut, blow dry, whatever. I love appearance. I love making people look beautiful and it's just my thing. I love it. Ah!
Sorry, I'm doing touch. So.
My best feature are my eyes, as you can see. Beautiful eyes. Yeah. I'm not big-headed or nothing, but I think I'm perfect.
If you're happy, I can do. If not, then you can wait. Up to you.
This is my face, you know. Everyone sees it. So please do not mess it up, please, because I won't be happy.
Yeah.
Nadine has been glassed in the face whilst on a night out with friends.
I'm scared. I didn't know that he scarred me until people was like, you're bleeding, you're bleeding. And then I looked in the mirror and then I saw my face and I was just thinking, oh no, like look at my face. Look at my face.
That's why you're getting injection.
Oh, I hate injections, I hate needles.
Okay. Try not to move.
Sorry.
There was like maybe 10 or 11 boys. We was all dancing, they was getting a bit too drunk and they would try like fill up the girls' thighs and the girls' bums and they wanted to try to start with my friend. And then I butted in, which I shouldn't have done, and I said, leave her alone. And he must have come to me now and I said, are you gonna do something? Then he took the bottle and he smashed it in my face. Please don't hurt me, please don't cut my skin, please, I'm begging you, I swear to God, please, please.
You're gonna have to work with us a little bit, okay?
It's gonna hurt.
It is gonna hurt, okay, but you've gotta have it done. So you're gonna have to work with us. That way you can get out of here quickly and we'll get the job done right.
He thinks that we can't defend ourselves, but me, I'm not gonna back down. I'm not that sort of person. So I punched him and he fell to the ground.
It's coming together very nicely. Well done. Well done.
You might have some scar, but very mild, yeah? Yeah. Less than that, it's going to be less than that.
Good. Thank you.
All right.
The man that did it, he thought he could ruin my face, but clearly he never. I don't want people to feel sorry for me, to pity me, because I'm a strong girl and life just goes on. Karma is a B-I-T-C-H. Yeah, it's gonna come around and it's gonna bite him on the butt. Look at all that blood. Look, there's blood everywhere. Oi, oi, oi. There's blood everywhere.
Sorry.
What can I use that will take off the blood quick?
Just water. Don't normally need any.
I actually don't want to get called in now until I finish.
Siobhan Claire. Siobhan Claire.
Have me 1 minute.
Hello, what can we do for you today?
My back.
Triage is basically a quick assessment so that we can prioritise when patients need to be seen. Any allergies at all?
Not what I know of. We can give her.
I can give you some codeine and paracetamol.
You can be high. Codeine's strong, boy. You're gonna be high.
You're filtering out basically who is very unwell and needs to be seen straight away, who can wait for a bit, who can wait for a long time.
I've had some pains in my chest which have started about 4 weeks ago, but they got quite chronic today. So chronic I cancelled an after-dinner speaking in Birmingham tonight.
It can be quite monotonous because You're probably seeing a patient every 2 to 5 minutes. And you're asking the same questions over and over and over again a lot of the time.
You allergic to anything?
Inland revenue.
And then you'll get someone come in that's really sick. You're presented with something you're really not expecting. Without any notice or a moment's notice, and everything changes. The whole atmosphere of the place changes.
A 22-year-old man has come through reception, having been shot in the face.
Okay. Oh my, right, come through, sir. Okay. Okay, darling, just come through this way. Right, Sonia, this man's been shot in the face. Okay, darling.
Sorry, mate, all right?
Okay, darling, we're going to get you on the trolley. Just come on the trolley for me. Let's get this off.
Let's sit on here, babe.
What's the story?
He's just walked into triage saying he's been shot.
What's your name? And do you know where you are?
It's the stuff of movies, but we get it sometimes at work.
Where you are now?
Okay, my love, there's going to be a sharp scratch in your left arm. Keep it nice and still. This gentleman has just walked into reception. He's been shot in the face through a window of a car. So I don't know if that's glass all over his face, yeah. Right, sort of livened my triage. Oh my God. Hello, Kings A&E.
Okay, listen up. We have another trauma call coming in with a stab wound. So if we can hive some of the team to be ready for that. Third trauma call. Okay.
The majority of people that we get coming in having been stabbed or shot are under 20 or in their very, very early 20s. In fact, it's extremely unusual to get someone over the age of 25.
Stab wound to the chest, 17-year-old. Stab chest, okay. Down on 5, please. Good. Get them all signed in, please, guys. Stab wound to the chest, okay.
You do find that there are cycles of violence, and you just get a period where, there's lots of retaliation going on, and so you could have a wave of gang activity. Sometimes the police will alert you to that and say, we expect further violence.
Hello, Kings ED.
Okay, we have another trauma call, a stabbing to the face. If the transfer team can stay intact, I will take what's left. Probably 5.
I think it's incredibly scary that they're so young and that's the way that they deal with their problems, and they've got their whole lives to live ahead of them, and yet they're putting themselves in a position where they could be killed or they could kill someone else, and it's so sad.
Has everyone looked in his eyes?
Not yet.
I mean, the youngest victim of gun crime that we've had in the department is a 5-year-old child, which is just unbelievably shocking, and it's extremely scary to think that's the way things are going.
Hi, Chris Lacey, one of the consultants. Your registrar is in there now.
Yeah.
Whilst 11-year-old Kofi is fighting for his life in resus.
He's got a nasty skull fracture. I've only just quickly looked at it. He's got an extra...
3 victims of violence have arrived in quick succession.
There's a gunshot wound to the face. We're just waiting for a CT. And then we had a chest stabbing, predominantly superficial. And then there's a knife to the face with the knife in situ. He needs to go to theatre tonight, but he's stable, completely stable. Fine. And can wait. It's been a little busy.
There's a guy over there with a knife sticking out of his head.
Yeah.
Hey, are you okay? Right, poor bugger, because we're fine the other side.
Get you to have a seat on there. If you can take your jacket and shirt and all that off.
Don't let me forget that. That's the most expensive brolly you'll ever hold.
Oh, really?
Actually.
And wiggle it from side to side. Brilliant, okay.
There is a reason I'm doing this, I promise. I'm just testing the nerves on your face, okay? And you said, what type of... It was a knife, you said?
Do you want to see him?
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, I've got...
Well, it's always useful to see what's caused the injury, because then we can...
Yeah, I show you.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
73-year-old Roger Jackson has come in complaining of chest pains.
Okay, let's pop your gown on. Where did he put it?
Under another name, I'm quite famous.
Is it under there? What's your other name?
Roger Laverne, you can Google it.
Oh, really? I will later.
Your mother and father might remember my group, the Tornadoes.
Oh, cool. I'll be back in a sec. Oh, Jen, do you know the band Tornadoes? No.
I was in a group called the Tornadoes, and we had a multi-million selling record which still gets played every day called Telstar. A lot of people say they've never heard of it, and then they hear it and they say, oh, that one.
Knock, knock. Hello.
Hello there.
Roger Jackson.
Yes?
I'm Tony, I'm one of the doctors.
Nice to meet you.
And you, what seems to be the problem?
Well, I seem to have a lump in my chest. I mean, I can't feel a lump, but it feels like especially when I turn sideways as well to the left.
Mm-hmm.
And when I take a deep breath, I get twinges. And I'm 73, and so many of my friends are dropping dead around me, and it's just worried me a bit.
Okay.
We were first British group to get #1 in the States and went to #1 in every country of the world where there's a chart. #1 in this country. I can't explain the pleasurable feeling it gives you to be top of the mountain, you know?
Tornadoes.
First British hit in British history to get to #1 in America.
Oh, really?
Telstar. Me.
And you were the pianist?
I was the organist, the main sound, Telstar. I was Billy Furier's pianist. I was Olivia Newton-John's, that was me. I shared a hamburger with Presley. That was on the set of Girls, Girls, Girls in the States. And it was in a lunch break. We had our arms around each other munching hamburgers.
Oh, fantastic.
This came out in October. There we are. There's Roger. You'll see my name, Roger Laverne, there. Roger Laverne is my stage name.
Okay.
The Tornadoes is my group. The advent of rock and roll and everything in the 50s was wonderful, you know. All the coffee bars came up, the lovely espresso coffee bars in London. Presley came up, and Little Richard and people, and it was a wonderful time, you know.
As a teenager in that time, over kind of the 50s and the 60s, what would be the worst thing you'd hear about kids getting up to?
Well, you had the Kosh boys in Clapham, who were dragging people off buses and that. They used to wear drainpipe trousers and Edwardian jackets with their hair well greased. Teddy boys, that's what they were called in those days. I used to avoid them like the plague. If I saw a group of those coming towards me, I used to cross over the road, you know. But it wasn't in any way like today's problems. I don't recognise this world at all.
Okay.
Is this the guy who's got shot in the face?
Yeah. This is him here.
Yeah, because I just got off the phone with radiology just before I came in here, and he's got 2 pieces of glass in his orbit. But we already knew that.
Yeah.
So the thing is, he walked in, so any shooting-related incident, we phone the police straight away.
Right, okay.
You don't even have to report stabbings.
Right.
But firearms, you have a duty to report it to police.
Right.
And they come down with no response unit.
I see.
And obviously, you know, the last thing you want is you don't want to come in the department finishing the job off.
Yeah.
It has been known to happen.
Yeah.
Happens like Manchester.
Does it?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's Wild West tonight. Midweek madness, we call it.
Kofi's condition isn't improving. The medical team are still trying to get him stable enough for vital brain surgery.
It's chest CT. You worried about it?
I'm worried about his CO2, even though we increase his ventilation and his CO2 is not clearing.
Okay. And the tooth that might be missing,
That's the question, isn't it?
are we worried about that or the chest?
Ask, is his C-spine clear? The rest of his...
No, his C-spine's not cleared, and they do need to. There's an alveolar fragment with a tooth, and there may well be a tooth missing as well, which is what we're just worrying about with respect to ventilation. He needs probably a unit of blood, but I think as soon as we get into PICU, the better.
It is sometimes quite difficult to deal with situations where you've got multiple patients in resus with conflicting needs or different needs.
Which, sorry?
The guy who was stabbed in his chest.
Where is he?
He's only in his boxes.
You're dealing with a family and then you have to go and deal with a stroppy teenager who's having a bit of a tizzy fit.
That gentleman needs to come back. No, we'd like him back, please.
You do just have to switch between one situation and another and try and manage the room in the best way you can.
Yes, sir. Hi, I'm Dr. Lacey. Do you want to come and talk to me?
Can I talk to both of you? I don't even want the police here. That's how cute it is, Kim. I don't want the police here. All I want is my stuff. Excuse me, what's going on with this CT scan? I want to get out of here.
Okay, CT scan is going to happen, but...
You do have to sometimes just detach yourself and say, I've got 5 patients in here. I'll prioritise the need of one, but I can't completely ignore the needs of the others. Innocent or not, they're both my patient.
So as soon as we've got the scanner free, we'll get you up there. But
So
you just have to be paid. Realistically, half an hour. Half an hour is not long.
Can my cousin come in here, please?
Just because you're injured, if it's not life-threatening or immediately limb-threatening or anything like that, we've got a right to carry out our work in a way where we're not being abused by people. And if you're going to abuse me or any of my colleagues and you're going to act in a manner that's extremely unpleasant, you can go.
I'm trying to comply with you. Do not try psychology on our brain cells. Do not.
Guys.
Do not.
Guys, can I ask for calm, please?
Do not.
Could I ask for calm? There's a very seriously ill
I do apologise.
young child.
I do apologise. She's trying her strategy.
Listen, there's a very seriously young lad.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
11 years
sorry.
old. I really would like to keep it calm. Thank you.
She doesn't calm down, she's out. I'm not having it in here either. Okay? Yeah.
I'm going to take him to CT now.
Fantastic, and then we can get the relatives. Can we not put them with the young lad's relatives?
I hate to say it, but those that come in that didn't bring on the situation themselves, you do actually care that bit more about them and saving their life than you do about someone that's brought it on themselves. You always do your best for the patient, but deep down you care more about those people that you don't feel deserve to be in that situation.
Okay. Now, parents haven't seen Kofi. I wondered if this is a good time to see if they want to come in.
You wait until I turn up there?
Yeah, it just depends how long you're going to be.
15 minutes, max.
Okay, all right, because they've been very patient and very tolerant.
Right.
I was in the hospital when the young man that had been shot in his face came in. And I thought, that's the world that I don't want my sons to be a part of. I admired how he was growing up. Like, if he wanted to do stuff that his friends wanted to do, if it was something I disagreed with, if I could sit down and actually have a sensible conversation with him. It wasn't a fight with him. I didn't have to fight with him to get him to listen or to take advice. So I was proud of how he was coming along.
Kofi's parents have been waiting outside resus for 3 hours to see their son.
When I saw Kofi for the first time, it was It devastated me. If I could have swapped places with him, I would have. I thought, I'm 40 years old, you know, his life is just starting.
In 1982, I realized I was mortal. In Mexico, I had viral hepatitis. I was in a sanatorium for 18 weeks. It was really dangerous, viral hepatitis. Then I had cystitis, chronic cystitis, and salmonella. The thing which knocked me sideways when I was playing in one of the most plush, lovely restaurant bars in Mexico City, and on May the 15th, 1986, my hands, which were all straight, that one's bent now, you can see, they went like that in 15 days. I was like that for 10 years.
And you had them released?
Yeah, I had them over 7 years operations. I was the actual favourite cocktail pianist of the President of Mexico at the time.
Oh, really?
And the Dupotrons contracture came in 15 days.
Stick your tongue out for me. Okay.
That was the worst nightmare of my life, I think. I was a cripple. That was finished. And then, of course, I got cancer in 2004. And,
so you smoked on and off for 40 years?
Yes.
And how many a day?
Too many, actually. I think 2 packets.
Okay. And what kind of cancer did you have?
Esophageal.
Okay.
And I'm out of. I've done my 5 years remission now. So.
And did you have any chemotherapy or radiotherapy?
Oof! God, did I? Knocked me sideways. You know.
Well, your heart racing is completely normal.
Is it?
There's no evidence of any angina or any heart attack or anything like that happening on here. The way you describe it, it sounds more like a chest problem to me, a lung problem, than a heart problem.
Okay.
I think we need to do a chest X-ray in the first instance and some blood tests to see what's happening with the blood tests. Okay.
Okay. Whatever it is, I don't want it. You know. And as I say, a lot of my friends have just dropped dead, younger than me, and that gives me the wobbles. I've got prostate cancer right now, yes, brand new. This is a new thing, you know. And sadly, they caught it late and it spread to all of my body, and they don't think they will ever be able to eradicate it completely. I've told it to sod off. I want to hang on to that. I haven't finished, I'm still ambitious. I had my first Rolls Royce when I was 23. That's because I'm impatient. You can't keep me down.
Would you give up the fame and the fortune for your health?
To have health now? I don't think so, because I'm glad I experienced it.
Trying to get your hair away so there's no hair in. It's a nice big gash you got there.
It is. There's one thing I take pride in, it's my gashes.
Do you remember when I told Dad I was moving to Peckham?
Yeah.
And him and Rob went mental. They were like, you're going to get killed, Brian, you're going to get shot. Look, I printed off a map of all the crime and it all happens in Peckham. It's not that bad.
Just finished his notes. He's off the system now. I don't know where they're going to put him. It's going to take me hours to write up all of these. Absolutely hours.
I guess the fear is that in the next 10 years, you know, where we see 15, 16-year-olds being commonly involved and younger 10, 11, 12, 13 not infrequently be involved. You just worry about how low that line is going to go. Are we going to see 8, 9-year-olds commonly involved in 10 years? I hope not, but I guess it's a very real possibility.
So have ophthalmologists taken details of you? Okay.
Three and a half hours after arriving at King's, Kofi is ready for surgery.
Just to let you know that Kofi's just gone up to theatre now, and as soon as we've got any information back, we'll get one of the team to come and talk to you. He'll be going to the paediatric intensive care unit after that, so we'll get you up there once he's settled, and we'll take you all up there.
Going to have what then?
He's going up to theatre now to have that blood clot that's on his brain drained with Mr. Selway, the neurosurgical consultant. And at the same time, they'll have a look at the face and make sure there's nothing else they need to do there.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I'm Scott, by the way. I'm the nurse in charge tonight. I'm running the place. Wayne. Now, obviously, I'm not a neurosurgeon. I don't know where the clot is or what they need to do. Sometimes they need to take a portion of skull away, lift it off, then they can get at what they need to do. Sometimes they can just drill a hole. They'll keep him asleep in a coma for a few days, I would imagine. Once the swelling's down, they'll start to wake him up. And only then will they be able to assess how well he's recovered.
In the induced coma, because the hospital they weren't sure if he had suffered any brain damage. I set about proving that he wasn't brain damaged. Little boy, it's your daddy. It's your daddy. A little soldier. I said to him, your mum's holding your right hand. So if you know your mum's holding your right hand, squeeze her hand. And he squeezed his mum's hand. I made him a promise that I wasn't going to leave him until he came out of hospital. And I stayed with him. He was in hospital for 13 days, and I was with him for those 13 days. You're still giving his swelling's gone down a lot, hasn't it? You're still giving trouble, little soldier. I think he was dreaming about playing football, and he was kicking in it.
My full name is Kofi Jordan Wayne Cadogan. It was good to wake up and see my dad's face, because I felt more safe, like there's not a better feeling, because my dad is great, I love him.
What's the best thing about surviving something like this?
That it teaches you a lesson. There's no point risking your life on nonsense that you don't really need to waste it on. You should be thinking about the future and what's important in life, like your family.
And football?
Yeah, football as well.
Do you mind putting that, please? That request.
I shall have to get a Queen's commendation for you for your services to rock and roll today. I don't like thinking of death and morbid things at all. I still feel that I wanted to go on and on and on and on. And that's what I intend to do. I look in the mirror and I think, yeah, you know, go for it. I still feel like that, you know.
And who's at home with you?
Sorry?
Who's at home with you?
My 8th wife.
8th wife?
And that that's another story. My autobiography is coming out.
Okay.
Mary Poppins, it ain't. I'm a bit craggy and crinkled now, but I was pretty dangerous in those days. Quietly dangerous. Okay.
Right, rock and roll.
To rock and roll.
Can you get all the smiles in, because I know I look really cute.
Hello, Kings A&E staff nurse. Thanks, bye.
Oh, lovely.
Deep breath, head out.
It'll have to be number 11. I might as well just keep the drunks together.
Which one's the best, you think? That one? Or? That's quite cool.
Look, all my boyfriends, all lined up.
Oi!
Just don't know which one to choose. I think it would have to be number 10.